Parenting Devotional Day 9. Give your child fewer rules and more attitude. Let's talk about it. A right heart attitude will create the right behaviors. That's what you're going for. Address the heart and it will impact the behaviors. But knowing and obeying all the rules does not mean that the heart is good or even agrees with the actions. That's why you want to steer away from behavioral modification. From the inside out is the Bible's way to parent children. Though rules and regulations will give you the desired behaviors you want when your kid is young, those rules cannot change a child's heart. The text of scripture I have in view here is Luke 6:45. Jesus said this, "The good person out of the good treasure of his heart produces good, and the evil person out of his evil treasure produces evil." Here's the punchline, "For out of the abundance of the heart, his mouth speaks." Your primary parenting target is always your child's heart if you have any hope of helping him live well in God's world. Though God initiates all change through the instrumentation of His grace, you must cooperate with the Lord in parenting your children. Now, you can do this if you give your kids fewer rules and more attitudes. Let me explain what I mean by that statement. When your child is older, he will pick and choose the behaviors that will be part of his life. Those practices, those behaviors will come from his heart, the person he is at the core of his being. And so while he is under your roof, you want to help him mature in the right heart attitudes. Because if he has the right heart attitudes, it will shape those behaviors, including his future behaviors, the things that will give shape to his future life. Now, I want to give you just a short list of 4 heart attitudes, just to give you an idea. This is not an exhaustive list, but 4 heart attitudes to illustrate my point. They are affection, honor, gentleness, and gratitude. Those are 4 things that you're looking for in your child. All right, let's take the first one, affection. Parent your child to have affection for Christ. Imagine if that was his heart attitude, how that would shape his behaviors. Take a look at honor. Parent your child to honor you and to honor his siblings. And then gentleness. Parent your child the value of a gentle spirit, as we read in Galatians 6:1 and 2. And then finally, gratitude. Parent your child to be a grateful person. Now, those are just 4 things, 4 attitudes that you're looking at in your child. That's what you want to parent into them. Now, you can read Galatians 5:22 and 23. That's the fruit of the Spirit passage that you're probably familiar with, and it provides you with more heart attitudes that you can use in your parenting. The fundamental idea here is that if your child is learning the rules that Christians obey, but is not maturing from the heart in things like affection for Christ, respect for others, gentleness within relationships, and spontaneous gratitude, then maybe you need to rethink how you're parenting your child. Now, let me give you a word of caution. And that word of caution is that you want to make sure your training is not dedicated to Bible instruction times only. Though teaching is good, modeling is better. I mean, you can teach your child every morning at 7 a.m. or whatever structured time that best fits your schedule. But your most effective training are those pneumatic moments throughout your day as you keep in step with the Spirit of God, responding to what the Spirit of God is permitting into your life. Spontaneous life moments are the times that reveal your authentic heart. Rules can be good because you can predetermine your responses. You just live in a black and white world, ticking the box, and these are the rules that I live by. But life is not that neat. Life is not that controlled. Life is not that scripted. It would be best to be pneumatic. And what I'm talking about there is to be Spirit-led, because that is how life comes at you. You can be Spirit-led if if He has previously shaped your heart, meaning the Spirit of God has previously shaped your heart or the child's heart. This kind of attitude is what you're looking for in yourself, and it's what you want to model before your child. This is Parenting Devotion Day number 9. Give your child fewer rules and more attitude. Here's a question for you. The first thing to do is to examine your last disappointment in your life, especially a relational one. That is one of those pneumatic moments that I was talking about earlier. How did you respond? Think back to the last disappointment that you had. Maybe it was 5 minutes ago or 5 hours ago. What did your disappointment reveal about your heart? How do you need to change? Please do not overlook this step. If your heart is not trained and managed by God, you will not be an effective teacher to your child. You must identify your sinful heart attitudes and change them. And as you do this, you will position yourself to provide your child with those better heart attitudes. You become Exhibit A to the very thing that you want to parent in your child. I'm talking about fewer rules and more attitude. Thanks so much for watching.